and having writ moves on.
Hi guys, no worries at all, Jeff. No problem at all, Jeff. Thank you so much for tuning in regardless. Hope we're all doing well. I don't know if he's underage. It's hard to get a gauge on what his actual age is. I'm not really sure. Oh, well, that guy's smoking though. But he's presumably of age. We can assume he is at least. Yeah, that, imagine in a hypothetical world where this game got localized, that Manji would definitely get chains, wouldn't it? For those who don't know what we mean, let's get this up. I thought this was going to be the Contra 3 intro for a moment, like, because you've got like a city skyline with a kind of this kind of sunset skyline. It looks like the intro of Contra 3, another Konami SNES game, right before it all gets decimated, like as all the aliens attack. But no, not quite. And yeah, that's the... I didn't know what it was called. I knew there was like a symbol in Japanese, would Japanese folklore be the right term? Which, oh, thank you whoever requested this. Oh, I love me some knights. Yeah, we've still got some requests left over from yesterday, so... I thought I'd keep them unaltered, especially when they've got banners like this. But yeah, I knew there was like some symbol in Japanese folklore that... I mean, the swastika wasn't... That was kind of appropriated by Nazis as well, wasn't it? It's just too contaminated now, unfortunately. But yeah, if you do like that, is going the slightly different way, but I think even so, they'd probably change that in localization, maybe smartly. I know there's a Zelda 1 dungeon that has that shape, which can be very alarming if you don't know what it actually is. It's a cheeseburger sandwich pastry. I'd be cool with that. I'd actually be alright with that. Why not? Can you imagine them trying to localize and westernize these games? They'd have a hell of a time with that, wouldn't they? Oh, yeah. Yes, that sounds right, Arna. Yeah. I was about to say that was Shinto. Well, I'm learning things. Wait, what? That's the start game sound effect. This might be the soonest I've... Sorry, I keep rewinding it because I'm so enamored of that. This might be the soonest I've wanted to add a sound effect into a game. Title still says... Hi, Fireball. No, to clarify, we're starting a new game, and that means... Yes, that's right, it's a new game. I did actually do part numbers for the second one. To be honest, that's mostly for myself when I'm uploading them to YouTube. Just to make it easier, so I'd have to rename them. In time active, because I absolutely love the 64 one. It's the reason I'm obsessed with this character and series. And this is just me finally getting around to finishing more than one game in the series. So we've done 1 and 2. 2 with a fan translation. This one also with a fan translation. And yeah, we'll just jump straight into it. Oh, wow. wait, slow down. Slow down, okay. I know, right? Oh, God. Alright, get out of your system, you weirdo. I mean, that is the appropriate reaction to a time machine. Oh, gosh. You guys know the term in media res? That's when, like, a story starts in the middle of an event, and that's definitely what the hell that was. Oh, God. Yes, Master Roshi syndrome of a pervy old man. Ebi Sumaru. He says he has a hard time because he gets hit on, so... Oh, the boy, Ebi. He's got a good bit of confidence on him. Hiya, pasties! This is... Even for this series, this is a very strange intro. God, he's full of self-confidence, that one. So, there's a non-Ebi Sumaru looking character. I guess that's what she's meant to be. None? Possibly a descendant of... Oh gosh. We've got a plot that appears to have been written by Madlib, so do enjoy that. Oh dear. Close enough. Yeah, the Super Ninja Fighters. Oh gosh. Well, this has the best intro out of any of them. I can not love these games. Less Pervy Old Man, that's the only little thing I'll put in red marker, but... Ah! Oh, does this have canned laughter? Oh, that was in the 64 game as well, where they had canned laughter. Which, I mean, if you can do that in one series, this is a goofy enough one to do it. But I remember in the 64, they would just come after lines that weren't really punchlines, so they wouldn't really earn it. Oh gosh. But yeah, so, a cool thing, it feels like they changed these games up quite significantly in between each one. Like, right down to, I don't think any of them reuse any of the same sprites, at least that I can tell. So they don't seem to like reusing assets, which, it's probably hard to think of like a high production value game when you're thinking of an era defined exclusively by 2D graphics, but these feel like incredibly high production value games in that way, especially knowing they weren't bringing them out worldwide at this point. They were still Japan based, but yeah, so we've got unique visuals and I'd assume a different engine, or at least like a we've got a like a Zelda style top-down overworld. This still has 2D platforming sections, but yeah, we've got this as well. It's all very strange. Yeah, no worries about Fireball, look. Yeah, so this seems to be quite sort of, oh, you need this item to progress kind of game, so... God, that's how long it'll take us. The wise old man made the teleporter. I think in the 64 game, I want to say, I think in the 64 game, there's like talk of him wanting a magazine and a bit of a lewd nature to it in the Japanese version, but in the West they localized it to like a car magazine, I think. Which I'd rather that. I'd rather that. Yeah, so I mean, they kind of was talking to NPCs in the previous two games. I guess they were like Zelda 1 in a way, in that you'd only talk to people in like some kind of abode. I mean, in Zelda 1 it was just caves, but like, you know, you don't really talk to people out in the town like this. You'd get these screens more. Oh, what? Oh, they tutorialized this all quite a bit. Yeah, so, yeah, I thought I'd jump straight... Yeah, good question. I thought I'd jump straight into it. Yeah, good articles in that car magazine. I mean, like, I guess that's our incentive, possibly to save the old man, which is not a great incentive, to be honest. He can stay in his own mess. So that helps as your last big chance. Oh wow, that's quite cheap actually. Oh wow. No, it's not typically I just buy everything in the store right from the off in a game like this, but yeah, we've got backup health and we've got the finale to swim. Nice. I have no idea how long this will take us. I saw a long play video that was like 4.5 hours, but I assume that was also they knew what they were doing and they didn't die a million times like we will. And yeah, funny thing in this, where can I do this and get away with it? There we go. Hey! Oh god, his friend came after me. Maybe not my smartest move. Oh, can I attack them? Oh, I got a scroll for that. So yeah, like the second game, you can you don't get attacked in these towns, it looks like, unless you provoke. which is quite fair. Yeah, I think this was, I remember seeing screenshots of these games years ago. This was the one that I think kind of appealed to me the most. Yeah, fair point. He's like the bad Doc Brown, really, isn't he? Well, not bad in terms of skill, but it's very blunt as to what other people say. Oh yeah, this is quite a funny thing. You can't be bothered, just press the X button to shut them up. Some people will keep talking anyway, though, so you can like talk to her again, and then press the X button to just interrupt that. That's a really good feature, actually. I think more games like this should have that. Because that's good if you like talk to someone again by accident. That does make me wonder, though. She says some people will just keep talking anyway. Like, do they? Sorry, I'm a bit distracted by this fella's. Usually you segue into a topic like that, and even then you probably don't just put it up. If you have to talk about being into torture, mate, I mean, we did enter your house uninvited. Are you up for it? I'll be too polite. I'll be too sheepish and polite to say no, but I really want to. Such a personality to this game. I assume, as I say, this is a fan translation like the second game. I assume this one probably had loads more dialogue than the second one. Like, I'm guessing, this one has way more text to localize. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, this is weird. So I tested this out very briefly yesterday, this game. This is weird. You get a free divination. And so she knows it. She's done it anyway, but then she asks for the money for it. And I guess we've got the 20 Rio, so... Let's buy a swim tube, head to the old temple north of town. Nice, so... I'll find a way still, but it doesn't look like this is a game we'll get lost on too easily. And I like that. I like that quite a bit. I want you to localize a game now for who Quidaz. Can you imagine just like a joke fan translation as if it was like officially translated back in the day and they got rid of every Japanese thing they could. That'd be quite fun. But yeah, it's quite nice. See, like, we're meant to be going north, but I'm kind of wondering, can we just go south here and without much repercussion? Yeah, there has to be Zelda influence. I think there already was. Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. There actually was a bear with... Well, the fella dressed as a bear. Bear with me. Yeah, so I don't know how gated this will be if we, like... We're not meant to be going this way. The bandits are attacking. But yeah, there's gotta be Zelda influence in this, hasn't there? I mean... I think this series already kind of had that. As I said, I think there's like some Zelda 1 aspects to the game, but... That feels especially apparent here. Oh wow, yeah, that is Zelda, isn't it? Just jumping off a higher height like that. Hi, Reggie! Oh, no way! Oh, you saw the Sonic? And yes, it is a 2 AM stream past these. We'll make it. Well, actually, the thing is, Anis might be streaming tonight, so if she does, I'll probably raise her. Yeah, what did you think of the Sonic movie, Reggie? I'm seeing it on Saturday. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, all this way. I need to get... Oh no! I mean, I would cry as well, surrounded by bandits, so... Oh, cool, we got, I guess, a side quest? Oh, actually, yeah, her sister said, that her younger sister, who is May here, got stuck here. Hey. Again, maybe this is a bit of Link's Awakening here when Marin follows you for a bit. Yeah, so, like, is this an outright side quest then? That's pretty cool, honestly. It's I've only got a very vague idea of what to expect with this one. Most of my knowledge has just come from watching the demos that play if you leave the game on the title screen. I like just these random slubs, like in bear outfits, just causing mischief. I guess they are meant to be bandits, but are they doing the Batman thing where, like, they think being in costume is a threatening thing? Here's a pair of bright red sandal straps. Your sandals wouldn't be able to stay on without them. I assume that's beneficial. Oh. I've seen as well, we can, in the opening attract sequence, you can change between characters seemingly on the fly, which is really cool. That's not been a thing in either of the first two games, so that's quite neat, eh? Does he wear socks with Santa? He always got to keep his feet warm. Fashion be damned. I mean, I hope those sandals are... I mean, they seem pretty conducive to running, don't they? But I'd be a bit worried on that front. I love that that's the first enemy we go after in this. Just silly bandits in bear outfits. Oh god. I can't possibly allow an outsider to come in, Joe. What was that in Japanese, man? They obviously had a pun there they had to localise. Yeah, good job. Fair play. Fair play. And by somebody's shadow. Ah. See, I'm glad the game with this kind of sense of humour to it. I'd assume this is like the first game in the series to have loads of dialogue. Oh, actually, no, there are two RPGs on the Famicom or Japanese NES, so probably those really. But yeah, the silly sense of humour definitely gets to shine. And it looks like the translation, they've done a very good job of it, nicely. They did with the second game that we played as well, but it's just this one has more text to localise, it looks like. Oh god, is that you doing your localization for Hugo does? What did she say? Ah. Yeah, cool, this, isn't it? No, that was the fortune teller, cool. So I don't know how often, I'm kind of curious as to what the split of this will be in terms of these overworld sections versus like the platform end. Yeah, not really sure. But it's got the typical RPG thing of like we're getting information from the NPCs and such. Oh, so we have to dive underneath the... Oh, but we can't. Yeah, it's just full of like Zelda-isms in terms of, oh, you can't go past this thing until you have this item. Which is actually a bit of a pain, really. In terms of those bridges. Whatever. So yeah, I think we'll, I don't tend to rush in a game like this. I do like to explore and whatnot. I think we've probably got a pretty good idea now. Oh no, it's the torture. It's the guy into torture. Get away from him. Don't bother with him, kids. Oh, nice, Jeff. Who else is streaming there? Is anyone else streaming in our group? This might have been a short stream if, we'll see how it goes, actually. Ghost has been haunting, that's... Oh. Ooh, I don't know how to walk faster, actually. Hold the Y button. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that is quicker. Nice. Ah, good. I was thinking that run speed's a little too slow for me, but there we go, that's better. Right. What do you reckon? Cool. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me not reading out. I'll probably like say a few words from one of the really funny lines, but I'm not really an actor, and I certainly can't do different voices. So I don't. I feel like it'd get very cringeworthy quickly if I tried to read all of these. But yeah, the game's made it very clear what we need to go ahead, so why don't we do just that? Oh, is that what you've linked there for Hugwedars? Is that like having John McClane say "Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Russia" or something like that? Like the TV edits of movies. Oh, cool, Reggie. Yeah, no worries, man. No problem. There really isn't much work being offered. Oh, wow. Is that the game being prophetic there? Used to do part-time work in the new... There really isn't much work being offered in that industry. Wow. Is that the game predicting newspapers? Well, granted, I wish they bloody went away in the UK, because well, the British tabloids are what they are, so... Yeah. I bet they were privy to the idea of the internet taking over for news. Oh, is that quite cheap? Yeah, go on. Okay. So yeah, there's 4 of these games on, not including one spin-off, there's 4 of these games on SNES or Super Famicom. We're on the 3rd out of 4 of them. I'd almost be tempted to do the 4th one next if it was fan-translated. It is not current though. If I'm honest, I'm amazed this and the second one took so long to get translated. I'm guessing it was just a very difficult process. I mean, I'd imagine every fan translation would be difficult to do, but maybe these especially were. I've been stealing bamboo shoots. Jeff. Just making them all sound like pompous Southern England gits. Which doesn't really fit the setting, honestly. What does that mean, horror, horror? That was signed in the second game as well. Or maybe that's Temple. Well, actually, no, that's not. Oh no, maybe it is to point out. I don't know. I assume that's something they've kept untranslated. I'll rewind this if it does come to it. Oh, I don't really want to attack. I want to see if it's like a Zelda-style thing where. Right, we can rewind, so. You know, we've got time travel ourselves, just like the old man. I'm sorry, fella. Oh.
I was called a little turkey, but I'm a chicken goddess, you beef jerky.
Oh, poor Finn. I guess they just run away. Maybe if you keep attacking them, it becomes the Zelda cuckoo Finn. I don't know if I can bring myself to. And also, when that happens in Zelda, when all the cuckoos go after you, I tend to eat shit, basically. Be part of the expression. I don't tend to evade them very well, so I proper ruin my day. Oh, nice, Jeff. Oh, wow. She was the first boss of the first game. Oh, wow. Guys, she's see, this all comes back to I've made this thematically appropriate because of the Sonic movie coming out this week. She goes ... meow ? She's just like Sonic when he gets discovered. Oh, cool, Reggie. So you did enjoy it. You just didn't like how many cliches it had. Now I could see that bothering me a bit, but it's probably. I mean, it's a very.
Meow.
I was basically asking for that, wasn't I? Well, this is what we had a couple of you doing it, so one of you got it. That's totally what that is, though, isn't it? But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Reggie, despite that. I could be a bit of a. Like, I was a bit critical on Detective Pikachu, despite still liking it overall, and definitely appreciated how unashamed that was to be a Pokemon movie. I could see myself maybe going into a similar position on that. I'll see what I think of the Sonic film. The reviews have been pretty good, haven't they? They haven't been, like, spectacular, but by game movie standards, they've been unbelievable, really. So, I mean, cheers for doing the sound effect, for who with us, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it'll be quite people are expecting it to be quite successful, the movie, Reggie, so... Maybe, I mean, Jim Carrey sounds game for a second one. Oh, that's cool, yeah, so, sorry, we'll finally advance to the game now. Yeah, so that's cool continuity. She's from the first SNES game. I mean, there's quite a bit of continuity in these in terms of referencing characters. I don't think they're putting the canned laughter on the best lines, really, but... Oh, gosh. Yeah, they're really not putting the canned laughter on the good jokes. Oh, dear. Okay, this is good. Oh, can we ramp the perviness down? He's talking about being excited about changing into, yay, the female character. Calm down, game. Just, for God's sake, cold water on your face, please. But this is a good ability we've got, at least. Oh, that's quite cool, actually. So in 2-player, you can do, you can both play as the same character. These jokes are so rubbish that they put... I think the 64 game was like that as well. It's, it always feels like it's taking a pot shot at canned laughter, but I don't know if it is. I don't know the context for that. I don't know the context for, like... I'm guessing it's a fit in Japanese, I guess sitcoms or other things. Or maybe it's to evoke, like, stage shows, I don't know. Yeah. We did get our Dark Soul filled with light. So we can change... Oh god, look, it's our friend. Hello, Impact. Oh, good. What the fuck? Of all the... I guess there's nowhere else that door could be positioned on the Tanuki, but... The sneaky gits, they were hoping we would have noticed when they put that. Well, we got our body horror out of the way, so there we go. Right, so how do we actually... Sorry, they did... Oh, select, okay, cool. Oh, for who could us? Oh dear. But yeah, here we go. Got into our... So that took me bloody ages, but we finally got into a bit of platforming. So it's really interesting. The 3 of these games have they've all had quite different frameworks in terms of I guess at their core they are these platforming levels, but like it can take a while to get to them. I think especially in the first and this game, the third one. But yeah, it's been I think partly why it hasn't I haven't minded at all like playing these back to back. It hasn't like gotten monotonous. I think because they've done enough to vary it up between them. There we go. Hey, the elephant using. That's quite a clever touch that I didn't pick up on before, but the checkpoint system in these games is an elephant, and of course it's because of that thing with elephants having good memory. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, Reggie. Thanks for giving us very early impressions, as you say. It's I don't think it's out until tomorrow here. Yeah, because the whole funny film of it coming out on Valentine's Day here. Oh, well, we've also got a Metroid-style map here as well. But this came out in '94, so this might have come out contemporary with Super Metroid, when those games finally got maps like this. Like, that even seems to have the, That even seems to have the, like, these squares on the map that show you there's something there. God, that's quite cool, isn't it? Also, this is the... To clarify, this is without question the best weapon in any game. He's got a hula hoop. Of course he has that. And he has a galleon skip as his run animation as well. Absolute legend. There we go. Oh, can I not get... Ah, there we go. Cool. Oh, there's gotta be something up here. Oh. That's very inconsequential. But yeah, cool platforming like in the, Oh god, am I safe to go down there? I hope so. Okay, we are. Good. This almost seems a little bit slower paced than the second game. I almost wonder if, like, the second game was very set-piece driven, it felt like. There was always something that's your animation in real life. That's me on the treadmill, or at least it's me, well, I aspire to be on the treadmill. Oh, cool. So we've got a... You know, they were like that in the 64 game as well. The little cat dolls are basically Zelda heart pieces. We get 4 of them, we get an extra heart on the health meter. I do appreciate that. Compared to the last 2 games, this one is telling us a lot more about how to do things. Quite a bit of it we already know, but it's still greatly appreciated because it's... There was a bit of, wait, how does this work going on in the last 2 games. So it's nice they made it a bit clearer. Well, that's okay, Reggie. I think we wanted to hear... Oh, you went in expecting it to be quite boring, but you liked it. Oh, good. Well, that's the ideal, isn't it? Speaking of the... Oh, I see. Cool. But yeah, good first impressions on this. You'll be able to walk through it. Oh. There we go. God, yeah, this is telling us how to do everything. Which can obviously get very annoying if overdone, but no, it is appreciated here. It's not something you can always take for granted in a game of this kind of vintage, that you'll have things explained to you. Nice. Yes, that's so funny. We've got a... Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like a Metroidvania-style map. Like, the squares on it remind me of, like, the squares on the maps in Metroid games, where they kind of show you where the, where any kind of particular special item would be, like a health upgrade or such. But I think in this case, they're just, like, doors, basically. Can we just... Ah. There we go. Yeah, great music across all of these games, isn't there? I don't know which one, I mean, the first game might still have my favourite soundtrack out of 1 and 2, but it's pretty close. They're both very good on that front, aren't they? And they just very rigidly, in a very fun way, stick to the, obviously stick to the Japanese theming of that, which is very enjoyable. Although, oh dear, I have no idea what to, Oh wow, fair play. That sounds familiar, actually. Isn't that what... Luminary, isn't that what they call, like, the hero of those games, though, isn't it? Or is it... It's like the one in Dragon Quest XI is called Luminary, alternatively. I thought I read something like that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really... Oh dear, I'm a bit baffled to be honest. How do we, Oh, it's a class, is it? Okay. Oh, Jeff. Too kind, sir. Was that like, because I know like, I think Dragon Quest 3 was the first one with a job system, right? I think. So I don't know if like you could be a luminary in that one over. Quite cool though. Yeah, funny Finfire, but I think Homestar Runner, they still put something out occasionally, I believe. It never seemingly ended, it just kind of slowed down, is my understanding. So, fair play to them. I think they've gone on to do other things, the people who made those, although they still go back to Homestar, as I say. This is really fun. Oh god. That'll teach me, Jeff. That's not a... Well, I guess it can be a drop class-ish. Well, I mean, you got thieves, haven't you, in, like, Final Fantasy and probably Dragon Quest as well. So I guess that could fit. Yeah, I won't lie, I have no idea what to do here. Can I pick that up? Do I have to change to... Ah! Okay, there we go. Can I do that? Can I do that as both of them? Oh, there we go. Oh, we spent way too long there. So, I was thinking like Mario 2, where you pick things up when you stand on them, but no, we have to press the direction towards the whatever it is we want to pick up, and press Y. There we go. And then throw it away as such. Very good. Hey, you try it! There we go. Yeah, how's that going, Fireball? Sorry I haven't been able to tune into the last couple of streams. Should hopefully be able to go into a future one. I'll be streaming that eventually myself, but I've got to finish the second game first. I don't know how much I fancy my chances at the gambling in it, though. We've seen how I've generally done the gambling in these Goemon games, and it's been variable. Oh, this is quite cool. I'm recognising enemies in this that are in the 64 game. That's part of the joy of playing these for me. It's a bit of an indulgent exercise on my behalf, just sort of to see what was in the game I loved as a kid from the previous games in that series. There we go. Yeah, they do like their cool set pieces. Oh god. Actually, amusingly, this is reminding me of Parasite Eve. Because I think there was a frog enemy in that in the sewer at one point. Isn't that right? I don't know what I expected there. I just wanted to say hello to the frog. Yeah, so funny enough, this seems a lot easier than the other games so far, but then we are coming straight from the end of the last game to this, so I probably shouldn't be too surprised. Oh god, this is hard to time. The worst thing is I'm wasting money every time I miss one of the coins. Oh dear. Oh, that's cool, Reggie. Yeah, no, I'm curious to say, I appreciate you not doing spoilers or such. The pointer puppet. Yeah, these are... I'm seeing a lot of DNA for the N64 Goemon game in this. And these also, again, continue the Zelda influence, these do feel like Zelda dungeons in a way. Like, we basically just got the compass, like, something that tells us where the boss is. Come on, there you go. It does not remind you of Frogger. Well, actually, I guess a robot frog kind of could. That's another Konami game, though, amusingly. There we go. Yeah, it's quite a... Again, I just find that so fascinating how much they change these games up in between each one. I mean, it felt like it was the second one we played, but I think especially by this one, they found like the series' visual identity and kind of flow of it. Oh wow, that enemy's ripped right from Zelda, isn't it? I was going to say Shenmue for some reason. I guess we're still on my mind from oh dear. Ooh. Yeah, these almost feel like light puzzles that we're doing. I mean, I do mean very light puzzles, but it's quite cool, though. I guess almost a bit Zelda 2 if you think about like these being dungeons that are side-scrolling. Well, there's like an overworld from a top-down perspective. Oh gosh. So yeah, I feel like they've got... I assume this is probably going to be the longest out of any of the games so far. At least in theory, I mean... So I say, it's quite easy so far. Not to speak too soon. Granted. Might regret saying that. You did not think this was Zelda 2. You thought this was Zelda 2 starring Frogger. Oh wait, is that the way forwards? Oh, I actually think I'm right. That was actually, I thought this would be like a secret way, but that's actually the main path forward. So there's like a square I'm missing over there. Ooh, well that's cool, isn't it? Hold on, they used that same style of cloud scroll in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Like, 3 years later from this. Maybe some of the same people at Konami that worked on this worked on Symphony of the Night.
I want to play Space Harrier.
What? What? Why does that ninja kite say Girls for Life? Yeah. I don't think you're saying anything radical there, Ninja Fellow. Well, if that's not straight pride they're going into. What? They all say it! Why is this game so horny? Stop being horny. Silly game. It's so weird. If it's meant as a feminist thing though, hell yeah. I just... It's so strange. Oh god, oh you mean that alternate meaning from... Oh gosh. Can we make that jump? I feel like they destroyed a part of the... Oh wait, if we do a run and jump. There we are. Yeah, it's weird because you hold down attack to run, but it's not immediately obvious. I think you... Yeah, you kind of go into a sprint after a bit. Oh gosh. You know, we mentioned Frogger. Oh, is that the robot frog again? Oh, good. Yeah, for some reason Sasuke's, who's like one of our buddies, who was one of the playable characters in the last game. For some reason he's on the bad guy's side. Okay, how the hell do we actually attack him? And we have to attack Sasuke himself. I think we'll all agree this is the best boss theme in any game. I like my boss themes hijinksy. I just have to go behind, maybe. Yeah, how the hell do I attack them? Oh dear. Oh, do I have to charge up, maybe? That's clever. Oh yeah, looks like we do. Oh no, it's just when the mouth opens. Okay. Oh, we seem to be doing alright for money, I'll tell you what. Ooh. That seems really obvious though. Yeah, if you throw a coin at someone's gob, it's gonna hurt. Oh, there we go, it's really easy one, sire. And so do her. Yes, it's our buddy. He was one of the playable characters in the last game. Why are you attacking us, mate? Oh, there he is. Oh gosh. Oh god, that's... No, not okay with that. Oh, it's a bit mean. Don't talk about people being hit with the ugly stick. I'm not okay with that. Goemon! Okay, good. You're meant to think he's wrong for saying that. Okay, good. Goemon has none of heavy Sumaru shit. Oh gosh. I didn't know there was a time travel element to this one. That's quite... that's a fun surprise. Hiya, Ganbare. Sorry, I only just saw your message, Ganbare. Hope you're doing alright, man. And I appreciate the pun. Very good. I don't know why we were purple then. Yeah, that was weird. Oh yeah, there is a recap movie they bundle with Shenmue 3. I would still like to play through Shenmue 2 properly though, active. I did play it a bit back in the day. But Shenmue 2 was more a game I watched my brother play. You just wait, don't you? That's a form of time travel. Just wait for time to pass. Oh, we're gonna summon the giant robot again, though. They keep sorry, I don't mean to labour this point. They keep putting the canned laughter on not the funniest lines. It's... Again, I don't know if that's the point. Very strange. I guess that's Sasuke's quote-unquote catchphrase, I dare say. This is very sitcom-y, actually, isn't it? We've got canned laughter, we've got running jokes, we've got... got catchphrases. Oh, oh god, he just died! He just went up and died! Oh, no biggie, only one of the main characters just went up and exploded. Look, so unceremonious. I know, it'll be fine, like, one way or another, maybe we use time travel. It's still pretty shocking. Yeah, they have been in the same stream, and I don't know if they've been in the same room before, but we'll have to see on that one. That's interesting, they're calling those dog raccoon dog. Is that what Tanuki translates to? Raccoon dog. Or is that them just kind of approximating that? Oh, there he is. Hello. Well, we got Metal Gear walkers. Actually, they look like the fins they use in the intro of Final Fantasy VI as well. Yeah. That was just a little joke. How about you pull the prank on your friends of them thinking you're dead? Not cool, Sasuke. Oh man. Yes, there's a lot more story driven this one. Oh, cool, we get our own ones. Yeah, the robot has a sense of humour. Are we going to need to keep a track of how many games you thought this has been, Jeff? Because I won't, but I will. Yeah, so this was one of the things that played in the title screen. This sequence when we left it for long enough. I do apologise. Affected me in the entire estate. This looks like a... Like when the Mega Drive does like a game like Super Hanon, like the way the sprites kind of awkwardly shrink or enlarge. I mean, I don't think they can like scale anything other than the background image on SNES, so we gotta choose it a little bit. What's going on with these tremors? This is quite cool. Oh, check out that tune. Oh god. Oh wow! So that's an interesting way to get us to play all three characters. We move the arrow cursor between them. Oh god. And then make them jump. Oh god. What? And then die because I was really shit at it. Let's try that again, shall we? Can we attack? Like, how do we... just make them all jump at that point? That's so cool, isn't it? Oh, we've got... there's... we can run forwards. Okay, if we press Y. Oh gosh. It's a shame they couldn't maybe just have like one button with... oh gosh. Alright, now I need to run forwards. This is cool, isn't it? It's just cool to see a game of this vintage with these kind of set pieces. These almost, did you say Uncharted-y? Oh god, I'm so bad at this. Oh, and actually, on the bottom of the screen, I've just noticed it's telling us the distance in, I'm gonna assume meters, not miles, of, how far we have left. Yeah, this might take a few goes. I think we're gonna be. We're on our last life there. I don't know what. I don't know what the consequences of game over will be. Is this gonna happen every time I reference another game, Jeff? If so, I look forward to it. Yeah, that's why part of the reason I love these games. They're so creative. There's so many beautifully wacky, crazy ideas in them. Yeah, this is asking more of my reaction times than I think they're willing to give, unfortunately. It's a very Mega Man X-y sounding song, isn't it? Oh god, I actually remembered. Although, poor Sasuke there still got hurt. Ooh. Yeah, I wonder if this is like a one-off or we'll get multiple of these sequences. Well, at some point we get Yay as well, the green-haired ninja girl. You forgot how bad I'm doing now. I wouldn't want to be doing this with 4 characters. This has been the hardest thing until this point. Oh god. Hey, thank god. This is very narrative, isn't it? Yeah. I forgot Ebi Samara was meant to be food obsessed as well. Oh gosh. Yeah, nobody can tolerate Ebi Samara. I love him, but that might be the right reaction. There we go. Oh, good. So apparently this is going to be really tough to navigate. Yeah, this one's very, kind of plot-driven, isn't it? It's quite neat. Again, this is reminded... I think this one especially seems closest in spirit to the 64 game. You thought this was Mega? Very good. So yeah, back to the town again. So the fruitiest looking mecha running around. Fruitiest? That's a choice of adjective one can make, I guess. So, as usual on the inns, we can save. By the metaphorical process of recording in our journal. Is this gonna have the same thing where we get different tiers of, Oh wow, okay, so this one drops the film from the previous games where you can...
Snooping as usual, I see.
so we don't get a choice of different scales of rooms, with the cheapest one being impossibly dingy. So yeah, straight into a little festival going on there, it looks like. I love these lanterns as well. There was a tower with them in the last game. I think that's just meant to reflect the light in, I think, although... Actually, yeah, I don't know what, yeah, because he's not purple now. No, so it's not the light in then. Yeah, we can do that all day. Whee. I'm so glad I put a turbo fire button on for this. Well, I think we found, if I ever drop the DK theme, we'll go into every Sumaru notification animations, I think. Keep that in mind. You have tons of fun here. There aren't any shops, though. Oh, not at the festival? That seems surprising. It's gotta be stalls, surely. Actually, maybe this isn't a festival, it's just kind of... Well, no, they're talking about that. God, why does Link not skip like this? Look at his arms, his hands enlarging as he goes about. You broke the laces on your sandals. Oh, wow! So I think that... Okay, so that's what we got from the... rescuing that woman in the mountain earlier. I think that's like a Zelda trading quest where you get one item from someone and then there'll be another NPC who wants something like that. And then that just keeps going. So then we need to find whoever the hell wants mysterious beans for some reason. Hi, Graham! Mysterious beans, I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, of course it could be oh, nice, he's really quick. Ooh, I like that. Probably play it super quite a lot. Ooh, nice, can get a fortune here. This game is very guided and tutorialized, so hopefully we won't have to look up a guide at any point. We'll see how that goes. Oh wow, she's from... You guys have seen that Twinbee game, Pop and Twinbee, that's coming to the SNES app next week. I believe this is meant to be the character from that, I want to say. She looks just like her. Oh good, we blew up again. Oh, so we can go back here. Well, we don't really need to, as far as I know. So we'll just go back here. Oh, nope. Oh, we can't rewind back that far. My fault. Yeah, I'm excited. Speaking of ninja games, I'm excited to play Shadow of the Ninja. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that. Cumber. Oh, that didn't cost us any money. I want to play that weird Eliminator boat duel game as well. Like, that one just looks so like it'd be so funny in two-player. That'd be quite fun. Oh yeah, it was one that that's such a strange period of time when they didn't want the word ninja in any kind of media title. At least one's aimed at kids. You got like Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles and all that. Oh, it's the fireworks dealer. We do all this set them off. Yeah. Oh, it's just going to be a mini game. 3 sets of fireworks. Like the... Oh, is it like a memory thing? If you get the order wrong, well, it'll just be huge. Okay, though. I think I've seen footage of the second Goemon game on N64. I think that had something about setting off fireworks as well. Hmm. You like I remember that. Okay. Hey, it's like we just cleared a level in Mario 1 and with, is it 1, 3 or 6 seconds on the clock? Nice, coming. Yeah, I meant to play Shatterhand properly because that went on the NES app. That's another cool kind of hidden gem. Hidden gem NES action game, isn't it? Yeah. What have we got? So middle, bottom. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6. 5, 3, 4. We've got 2, 1, 6. Also, don't slice out fireworks like that in real life. Probably not. Probably just break them, really. Slicing them with a sword. So, oh god, here we go. 4, 2, 4, 2, 8, 4, 2, 8, 1, 4, 2, 8, 1, 7, 6, 3, 4, 4, 2, 8, 1, 7, 6, 3, 4, 4, 2, 4, 2, 8, 1, 4, 2, 8, 1, 7, 6, 3. I just suddenly lost confidence in that last one, but I think that was right. I mean, what does it matter? They all look the same anyway, so it doesn't really matter what order they go off in. Hey, just don't throw it into cracks at walls at someone's house to open up new paths. Well, obviously gonna heed attention to that, aren't we? Oh, nice cover. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool little action games on there. It's like that. And they're putting quite a few of them on that app, which is really cool to see. Yeah, I do look forward to that. Why? So the last game we had enemies dressed in bunnies. I guess it's just generally bears, or I think that's a wolf. That one. Yeah, Chaz, we've got. Oh no! Oh, thank God we didn't attack the dog. Why did that sound like a door opening? That's getting hurt. Yeah, we're gonna get a platinum on a platinum trophy on SNES. SNESN SNES network. How are you playing Bioshock 2 at the moment there, past these? Hope that's going well, if so. Oh, wow, fair play. I don't know if we should go save, actually. Tell you what, I'm gonna Jasmine Bunny's a bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna quickly take a break, so Bunny with me. Or bear with me, I forget. Oh, nice pass these. Good to hear. But yeah, back in a second, everyone. Hello. Oh gosh, what's this? Oh wait, I do. Oh, it's Earthbound. Oh, well, nice remakes. Oh, very good. Yeah, so I think we'll go until about 10 tonight, and then we'll raid, I was gonna say then we'll raid ANUS. Then we'll raid AENUS. To clarify. Not to terrify anyone by that being a very out of context statement. We'll raid a good friend of ours on here. Let's phrase it that way, shall we? There we go. So yeah, we'll go for about 45 more minutes, so... Not too crazy long this stream today, but that's okay. We'll have fun still. I'm a bit concerned because we probably should have reloaded the save, really. We blew through most of our lives. Yeah, go on, we'll do fast forward that. Oh yeah, do the journal as well. Cool. Cool. I don't know what will happen when we run out of lives. It might be the... Oh, speaking of Dragon Quest, that's a Dragon Quest thing as well, where you lose half your money. Oh, it's a Pokemon thing as well, isn't it? Or at least it was for some of the games, where when you game over, you just lose half your money. It's a cool effect as well, isn't it? With like the overhead leaves kind of their shadow shining through. Again, quite similar to Link to the Past on SNES. Ooh, could you imagine the randomizer for this? Like the Link to the Past one. Yeah, funny thing as well, the player character sprites are a bit smaller in this as well than the last game. Which is probably a trade-off just to fit more on the screen. They were quite big in the last game. Which was fine for that, especially because like that game emphasised like set pieces, but... Oh yeah, we need to use lovely. No worries, Cumber. Have a nice cuppa. Yeah, cheers, guys. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds you remember like the guy in Pokemon Generation 2 who's tells you what the sea is? There's just similar levels of cheers game. please give our collective knowledge a bit more credit than that. We do in fact know that is an elevator. Well, alright, to be fair, I suppose you could go to that and not immediately recognise it. There's just something about the phrase of like, this is an elevator. It's quite amusing. Again, this game is a lot more tutorialised than the previous two, but... To be fair, overall, I'm actually quite appreciative of that. It means we have to look things up less. Actually, to be fair, we can, I assume... Oh, no, okay. Well, you can skip through the text quickly, at least, if it does come to it. Oh, it's a bit recognisable, Jeff. It's a bit recognisable. I like this. Actually, funny thing, that has more range than our actual standard attack. Yeah, these games incentivize like crawling quite a bit, really, for a few things like that. Guys, we're slicing and dicing quite a bit as well, aren't we? This is doing the classic, it's like the Ninja Turtles cartoon, where it's like, well, unless you want to really raise the age rating, they can't really be slicing up people, so just make all the enemies robots if they're going to get sliced. Just like the Foot Clan, basically. Oh, is this going to be quite, Yeah, they've got a little bit more into kind of an exploration-style platformer in this. In the previous two games, there'd be secrets off the beaten track, but they'd be more about just getting to the end, really. Let's have a look. Hadoken! Hadoken! Oh, that's so good. Trying to get a Goemon Shoryuken pun going now, but struggling immediately to get it going. Well, I think there is some merit to... Yeah, no, I'm quite, that was me kind of more poking fun, really. What I get annoyed at is when if there's not, like, a way to... I think we've all had those cases where you can't skip a tutorial, and it's on something very obvious, but... The thing is, it could be the kind of thing you hear about, like, cases where they focus test a game, and, okay, let's go back. And even when things they think they make very clear in the design, it's still very easy for the player to miss things. So it's kind of a fine line, I think. I think it kind of, yeah, it depends on what audience you're trying to go after, or... I do think games should be as accessible as possible when they can. So yeah, if that's one way to do it, then go for it. As I say, so far, this seems quite a bit easier than the previous two. I don't really mind that. I mean, in some ways, it might be a relief, actually. But yeah, I do wonder if maybe this one they wanted to, like, maybe introduce new players to it. Only in Japan, though, as we say. Oh, the new Star Wars have quite a lot of tutorials, yeah. I think a typical, like, AAA game will, won't they? I mean, I like the kind of tutorial where you kind of... Instead of, like, being talked to, it's more like you kind of learn through playing the game. But I think that can be quite difficult to do with certain kind of games. So I do get it. Lovely. Okay. I'm just thinking of, like, Zelda Skyward Sword or, like, other games where there was a bit kind of like, I know how this works, please stop explaining this again, or that kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the ideal, Jeff, although I know that can also be quite difficult with certain kind of games. Like when you've got a game that uses every button on a modern controller. See, something like this is quite funny, because I feel like if this was some of the previous games, they wouldn't have told you, they wouldn't have given this hint to use the bomb on this. You'd probably just kind of have to infer that. And there's kind of advantages both ways, really, aren't there? Sort of thing where I can look at that and be like, well, I probably would have figured that out. But then, to be fair, I could see how that could be easy to miss, really, in a way. There we are. It's kind of interesting. It's such a stark contrast from the previous two games. Kind of interesting, though. Good, thank you, Graham. Cool. I have some of that. I like things in games to be snappy and quick, so I think that's where, like, what can seem like needlessly long tutorials can get annoying. But again, I can kind of understand that. I'm thinking of, like, when I've made Mario Maker levels, and then people playing them have, like, misunderstood how certain mechanics work, which can be a bit sort of like, no, that's not what I meant, but that's the sort of thing that helps you kind of realise is how difficult it is to communicate certain things through design of a game and whatnot. So I do understand that. Yeah, they're the weekends. Sorry you had a dull day at work, Graham. Hopefully Goemon can provide some relief.
'Cause my mom cuts my hair.
Damn straight. Do you think Goemon's mum cuts his hair? She does a bad up job if so. Let's not even get started on Ebi Sumaru's, like, hair mustache combo. As long as you got that sorted out. Yeah, I might be tempted to stick with Sasuke for most of this, because he's quite quick. I love that you can swap between them. That was the case in the 64 Goemon game. I was reading as well, the first two SNES Goemon games, the ones we've played, they both got Game Boy Advance ports, and in both cases they made it so you can swap characters on the fly in the second game. It's a shame. I would have liked to have quite had that on. I assume it's probably an acceptable, albeit inferior version otherwise on GBA, but that'd be a cool feature to have on the SNES game. You expect a regular show? Funny, I was listening to a podcast that was discussing regular show the other day. I should watch more of it. It's really funny little show, that. I really liked what I did watch of it. It was like the blue birds and the raccoon. I can't remember what species the bird is meant to be specifically. But yeah, really funny, dry sense of humour to that. Cartoon Network, I think it was, isn't it? And I think that ended a couple of years back as well, didn't it? Oh god, how do we call the... I love that. But yeah, I don't actually know how to call the elevator down. I think that... Guess it just stays up there. Oh, Blue Jay, nice, there we are. I mean, he is blue, so yeah. That would add up. Cool. Yeah, the music stays of a very high standard in this. But yeah, these are more like little Zelda dungeons you kind of figure out the layout to, and you know, we didn't backtrack at all really in the second game in terms of levels, but it's happening quite a bit here. Kind of interesting though. But yeah, I hope we've all enjoyed and not minded just how much Goemon we're playing at the moment. I mean, it probably helps these are quite short, snappy games. I mean, we're going to be out of the SNES ones after this, at least that are translated into English. I'll play the fourth one whenever they do translate it. But until then... This will be the last one for now. I might be tempted just to try one or two of the other, like, maybe the NES Goemon games. I'll do the 64 one at some point as well, although maybe not this month. Hopefully at some point. Oh, right. It's Muscle Man the green-skinned one. Have I got that right? I know there's, like, the gumball machine. Which is a bit confusing, because, like, there's also a character called... There's also a Cartoon Network show called Gumball, isn't there? But I think that's unrelated. What I might do as well is I know in the first level I definitely missed some stuff. Oh, cool. The elevator going up has arrived. I might, in between streams, go back over these levels just to get, like, any of the cat dolls that give us heart pieces I may have missed and such. Keep an eye on that. Nice. You like Adventure Time, don't you, Cumber? So yeah, of course you'd like regular show as well. I mean, well, they're quite different humour-wise, but... I kind of group those together as being, like, part of that Cartoon Network renaissance. That I guess you'd also consider Steven Universe a part of as well. And of course, because they're such nice people, they'll do a Goemon cartoon for me as well, won't they? I'd watch it. Probably no one else would, but I would. Okay, so do I go back? Oh, that's right. This was okay. Yeah, again, though, fair play to them for being as willing to change these up as much as they did. I assume they were doing well then. Like, again, this feels so, the fact they just don't reuse graphics at all in between these, I find really amazing. Like, it would have been okay if they did. Like, Mega Man had 6 NES... Oh, God. Mega Man had 6 NES games with the same sprite, and, same with Mega Man X on SNES, actually. And those games would have sold more than these, just because they would have been released worldwide, but... Yeah, guys, I'm just amazed they didn't reuse... Seemingly, anyway, as far as I can tell, they didn't reuse much, if any, assets in between those. Fair dues. Oh, I played a bit. There was a DS Adventure Time, wasn't there? That was also on. I think it got ported to 3DS. Was that one? I think it was called Hey Ice Kid, Why Did You Steal Our Garbage? Which, I like me a good, goofy subtitle for a game. None of this like Revelations or Revolution or Resurrection or any other generic name. Give us like an exasperated, inflammatory question directed at the antagonist. That's another good one as well, eventually, the Nameless Kingdom. I know they did like a dungeon crawling one, I think, as well, didn't they? And I mean, that's the kind of show that's just built for games, really, isn't there? Adventure Time. Could say that about Steven Universe as well, I think. Ooh. The elevator going up. Okay, cool. Yeah, these are basically little Zelda dungeons, these. Kind of curious as to how many there'll be or how long this will be. This feels more involved than the previous games in that sense, but I think part of what kept us playing the previous 2 games for a fair while was just how many times we died. At least so far, there doesn't seem to be as much of fun with this, aside from that one chase set piece. I should probably not speak too soon on that, just in case, but... Oh, really? Well, that sounds really good, actually. I wouldn't mind playing that. I can imagine that being really funny with the kind of warped logic of Adventure Time. Fair play. I mean, which out of these would you say is the best one they've done? I'm going to just thrust on you the responsibility of being Adventure Time wiki in walk-in person form, if that's okay. or I guess walk-in Metacritic, really, in a way. If I'm asking you which is the best one. Let's follow Pancake Dave and his somewhat flat adventures. Absolutely. Ooh. Ooh. So it reminded me of a Wonder Boy 3 level that has this kind of temple aesthetic as well. Yeah, who knows if these will get officially re-released again. I don't think these will ever get officially translated. I mean, if I'm again, I'm just amazed they didn't get fan translated sooner, but I also don't want to phrase that in an entitled manner as if to be like, it's about time they spent God knows how much free time for little gain translating this crusty old game for me. But as I say, I just would have thought these would have been gotten to sooner. In fact, I think I put this and the second SNES Goemon game. I put these on the list of games I want to stream, just assuming they were fan translated, to be honest. And they weren't when I checked, which I was actually quite surprised to see. So as I say, I'm very grateful they were eventually. Yeah, I'll be there for the 4th one if they do that. Nice. Yeah, I could see a Telltale style format working with Adventure Time quite well. Yeah, that'd probably be the one I'd be most curious to play, especially if it's like got the style of the writing down. Because that'd be the kind of game that would. Oh god, it's gonna be the Girls for Life kite again, isn't it? Girls for Life. I don't know if that was like maybe kanji in the untranslated ROM or... God, this is one of the weirdest sprites I've ever seen, that. I don't know how competitive a category that is, but... Yeah, so the fan translations for this and the second game only came out a few weeks ago, yeah. Very, very recent. And you think about how long fan translations have been a thing, and these games have always kind of had a cult following. I would have thought that'd be enough to make sure they, you know, stuff like Final Fantasy V or some of the other Square RPGs getting fan translations like in the late 90s or early 2000s in terms of SNES games. Like, I would have thought these would be ripe for that as well, but... Oh, we have to push the block. Again, maybe it's just like... It's not a trivial effort to hack a game. Let alone, like, try and localize the script and be faithful while still having it flow nicely and make sense in English. Because that's one thing, I think sometimes with that scene you get well-meaning but very literal translations that try and be slavishly faithful, and then as a result just don't really read that naturally, whatever language they're translated to. I kind of appreciate when quite a bit of localization goes into it, where they capture the spirit of whatever they're translating, but they still manage, you know, if they have to change a phrasing up, you know, that so it'll work better in the translated language, so be it, you know. Can't be an easy call to make. Oh, I mean, crap. Oh gosh. That weird elongated nose of his. So I assume that's probably the way to the boss room, I'd guess? I don't know, actually. I do that thing in a game like this where you try and figure out which is the main path and which is the... Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, yeah, no, that is almost certainly the main path, so we're gonna... Actually, I'll swap to... I'll try not to play exclusively as Sasuke, but his run being better, or him having a faster running speed, that does go quite a way, to be honest. Ooh, gosh. Oh, look. Yeah, I didn't think that through very well. Actually, yeah, really, all that happens there is we just go down to the previous area. Yeah, it's a shame, because I'm excited that this game lets you, like, swap characters on the fly, but I'm also... Sasuke is quite a bit faster, so I kind of just feel incentivized to play as him most of the time. We'll see how it goes throughout the game. I think I said before, he was probably my favourite out of the four in the 64 game. He was probably the quickest character in that as well, actually. Oh, blimey, fair play, Cub, because I know Dragon Quest 8 is like, Dragon Quest 8 is like, 80 plus hours, isn't it? At some point those games get really long, don't they, the Dragon Quests? Okay, right, yeah, so we wanna... Ooh. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, I suppose so, but even so, there were like a number of cult games that also got translations. But maybe I'm, there's a good chance I'm projected and maybe just overestimated how much demand there was for Goemon. I certainly had it. But yeah, the Final Fantasies would have been top priority, definitely. Like, I think the NES ones probably got, translated fairly early on. And they're usually up there as well in terms of games that are still getting ROM hacks. Probably just as well for like NES Final Fantasy 1, which is quite broken in a lot of ways. So you get ROM hacks fixing a lot of things. Ooh. Okay. So as well, these tunes are good as well, because we're going to be hearing them looped more on this one, I think. Just because we got quite a... Oh no, yeah, cool. Just because we're spending longer in these levels. Okay. Try 200 plus hours. Yeah, I played through Dragon Quest 4 on DS. That's the only one I've finished, unfortunately. And I've kind of like looked into the other ones quite a bit. I actually did play I played through some of the very first Dragon Quest, funny enough, on a SNES emulator via the SNES re-release. So I think at some point I'll just go through like the first few. Still like to try some of them. I don't know when I'll get around to them. I would like to play them in time. Actually, did we go this way? Hmm. Oh, I see. Cool. Four is the worst? I liked it. I thought 4 was quite popular. I know Dragon Quest 2 is not seen as a great one. It's kind of like Final Fantasy, actually, because Final Fantasy 2 is not seen as especially amazing one. No, I liked 4. It was a little plain in certain ways, but at the same time it had a lot of personality. Speaking of localization, that was really funny, actually, because they really localized the accents on that DS version. I think they did that in some of the Dragon Quests around that time. So you had people seemingly, like, it's like they were transcribing, like, Scottish accents and dialect, or Welsh ones and whatevers. And I noticed to this day, like, they still do, like, various British accents in the, like, voice acting. Like, I've seen clips of Dragon Quest 11 when they've done that. So that's quite fun. Well, like the worst one out of all of them. I know in Japan, like, I think Dragon Quest 3 is, I believe in Japan, like, 3 is seen as the really popular one. I think that was when the series really exploded over there, from what I understand. Oh, that always bugs me in a game like this. There's just like a little square in that top right corner on the map. How do we possibly get to... I mean, it's not even anything up there, seemingly, but... Oh, never mind. Yeah, who's the big guy in A? I love his, I love his voice in that. Is it Angus, or am I thinking of something else? Oh, really, Cumber? Which version of that did you play? Oh, no worries. Oh, Jeff, don't worry. No worries. No, that was just discussion, man. Don't worry. I mean, I'm speculating a bit as well, because I don't have an exact timeline of when translations happened, or... No, I mean, it's alright, man. Don't worry. I didn't take that as any kind of, Oh, that's cool. That song's in the 64 game as well. Whenever you make a good bit of progress. It's this game's like Zelda victory jingle, I guess, isn't it? Even down to holding something over your head. Oh, Yangus! Oh, I wasn't far off then. It wasn't Angus. Oh yeah, he's got the kind of dialect where he drops first letters and he uses an apostrophe instead. Always fun. Ah, cool, we've got the whole gang here now. Just acquired this Shrine's permit. Want to visit the cavern where... Yeah. You have it in you to service him. What you... Goemon, I thought you were better than that, man. Oh god, poor Yay. Let's move on swiftly, shall we? Oh. Oh, don't be so formal. Oh, best buds, despite some inappropriate comments, but... Hey. I think it's either Yay or Yai. I don't know. Regrettably, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I think she's similarly quick to, Oh wow, yes, I think she's the same speed as, Sasuke. We haven't really, she wasn't playable. This is the first of these games she's playable in as well, so... Play her a good bit as well, I think. There you go. Yeah, curiously, in the N64 game, you start with Goemon and Ebi Sugimura, and then you recruit Yay, and then you recruit Sasuke after that.
Penguin Yay 1?
So it's been the other way around here. Ooh. Lovely. Yeah, I suspect Dragon Quest games, they're the kind, if you want 100% everything, there's some really difficult stuff in there. Like those trials you guys are talking about. Because the Final Fantasies are like that, right? They always have like hidden bosses that are really difficult. But I don't think these will have any new dialogue. Yeah, I think these will all be... Yeah. Cool. Look, we got a voice sample in this. Did we have any in the previous two? Oh, we had like the occasional one. We had some quite funny ones, if I remember, actually. Yeah, they added to 11's post-game on the Switch as well, didn't they? Which is really cool, although hopefully they add that back to the other versions in time as well. Journal. Oh yeah, speaking of Dragon Quest, that CG movie they did on the 5th one just went up on Netflix as well, which apparently hasn't ended and that didn't go down very well. Like a really bizarre change of tact it makes, but... Yeah. God, some of the weirdest sound choices in this, aren't there? Oh, really? Come on. I have read basically what it is. I still kind of want to see it just because the animation looks so good. I don't know, maybe I can, like, get one of those sticks that erases your memory from the Men in Black and just try and erase the past 20 minutes of it. Oh yeah, what was the... So we got... Oh yeah, we got magic beans at some point. I don't know what that will result in. We'll do the 40. We don't really need it, but... Because we just had to go to the ninja village. We weren't allowed to go in before. Yeah. Maybe they'll let Yay in? Is she like ninja? Ninja-y enough to go into the ninja village? Yeah, I don't know who would want those beans. Keep an eye on it all. Oh, do I want to... We want to buy the rice balls from the store. Dragon Quest Stag 2? Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, actually, funny that I did, as I said, I played a bit of the first Dragon Quest on, like, SNES via fan translation. I did consider streaming that at one point. Might be something to consider. Cool. Oh yeah, I wasn't brave the NES version. I've heard what that one's like. It's kind of similar to Final Fantasy 1 on NES, isn't it? Just like ruthlessly difficult. Heck, when I went through Phantasy Star 1, the Switch version, I very much went for the easier variants you could do with it. I don't think I went to this part before. Don't tell me when I told you this. Ah, so I think there's one of those. Again, the equivalent of Zelda heart pieces in there. So there's one of those in the first action stage that I didn't get. So I might try and go back and get that in between streams. What are start buttons? Some kind of fashion statement. What are the subscreens that they say? I think the last game had a line like that as well. A very existential nightmare, self-aware kind of. Wait, what are these things about like game controller buttons and other such things? Very frightening. I think that's more than fair given what I've heard of them come back. Especially, I know Dragon Quest 2 is meant to be really brutal. But yeah, I would like to get around to doing a few more of those. What I'm really hoping they need to re-release like 8 properly, don't they? Well, no, that's a bit unfair. I know they did on 3DS. But I'd love, like, it'd be so cool if they did 8 on like Steam and Switch and other kind of systems. It's cool they're putting them on Steam generally now, at least. They've got Dragon Quest Builders 2 on there, which I played a bit of the demo of. Yeah, I would like to have finished more of those games in time, but God knows when, as I say. It takes me a while to get around to stuff. We've all got backlogs and all that. Hey, we could go on Ninja. See, that can have a canned laughter, the Ninja line. More than some of the other ones they've done canned laughter for. Isn't that right? Cool. But yeah, it's quite, if I tell you what, if I wasn't streaming, you... oh, thanks, mate. You've gone down the wrong path. Is that all they're there for, just to tell us that? Very helpful about it, even if they are laughing at our misfortune. Oh, I forgot that she has a bazooka. that weaponizes thin air, apparently. Fair enough. Man, vendors do not like it if you say no to them in these games. They're trying to pressure you, aren't they? Well, don't take it, alright? Nothing wrong with saying no to a transaction. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Jeff. We haven't really had them so far. Maybe the focus goes away from those in favour of doing more of the action RPG thing we've got here. It'd be a shame if so, but again, I do respect them, like, changing the games up quite a bit in between entries. Oh, hello, mate. It's a very friendly looking ninja, isn't it? But yeah, those are really cool in the other games. Well, the first Goemon 64 game is only one player. It'd be like trying to make a 3D Zelda game 2 player, so I can see why it's not. Maybe a bit of a shame, but the second one I know is 2 player, although I don't really have much experience with that one. The second 64 Goemon game. I mastered the art of morphing into a chicken. Now can somebody help me transform back? Oh dear. It's like a cuter version of the Fly going on there. Only a bit more binary and less body horror-y. Oh no, sorry chicken. I wanted to talk to you. How do I... Oh, okay, that one's not a ninja chicken, regrettably. Oh yeah, I know Fox Morphin is a bit of a thing in, I mean, Naruto has some of that as well, right? Like the whole ninja fox connection. The chickens have fled the coop. And we had something to feed the chickens. Oh, there we go! That's what the mysterious beans are for. Hey. I thought that was going to be like the Ocarina of Time side quest, where we just have to get all the cuckoos back in the pen. A bit more automated than that. Have one of those fields over there. Oh, we obtained our own fields. Well, we're going to play footy on it. We're officially landowners now. I love the incredulity in that. Oh look, yeah, there it is. There's our plot of land. God, I hope it's not worthless. Oh, very Harvest Moon. Is that fellow alright? Does he mean to be in the chicken pen as well? Oh, that's a good shout, Cumber. Nice. Those are the kind of games, those NES Dragon Quest ones, where you can just, like, get ambushed so badly, aren't they? And just, like, just get wiped out so easily. Ooh. Would you listen to him? I dare say he thinks that amateur is the elite rank. The ninja is shaking his head. Where is he? I like that they just jump impulsively. This blue garb is the proof that I've attained the title of amateur. The ninja is smirking at you. Off you go, lad. Less of that. It's the empty lot from Yak. Oh god, I hope it's not. It's gonna get fought over. Is this song from something? It sounds like a military march almost. I feel like I recognise it, but it might just be from another Goemon game. I recognise it. Do you wish to wield a fishy sort of skill? A fish, that is. A fish you shall be. I think I know what this is based on the 64 game, but let's see where this goes. Dodge the obstacles that flow past you and collect 15 light orbs. Alright, okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she could morph into a mermaid in the 64 game as well. So good. Oh, good. Hey, there we go. Oh, wow. The way she dashes is remarkably similar to Echo the Dolphin, weirdly. Like, it's a similar looking animation frame they use for Echo when you kind of dash through the water. That's probably not that... I guess that'd be true to how it would look-ish in both cases, but... I mean, Echo predated this by a year. This is less horrifying, though, than Echo, which is secretly... is secretly the scariest game on the Mega Drive, Echo the Dolphin. That game is weirdly... Oh, good. That game is weirdly horrifying. The frogs would toss you to the dogs. I think I'm about to croak. See, all these lines they can actually do canned laughter for. Yeah, no worries, Jeff. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. All the best. Good night. Thanks so much. I do like Echo Cumber, but it's also a game that hates the player. And also one you probably want to use save states on. I think I played it through on the PS2 Mega Drive collection, oddly. and I used I don't think I used save states on it until the very end, and I probably should have, really. Because one weird thing with Echo is that the Japanese version of it actually has checkpoints. Like, because I had the 3DS port of it as well, the one that added 3D, and it's in like stereoscopic 3D, and you could swap to the Japanese version on that, and I couldn't understand what any other dolphin was saying, but hey. But yeah, it actually had checkpoints, which that game desperately needs, because it's so weirdly punishing. Like, way too much, really. So I like the atmosphere of those games, though, and that they are weirdly haunting, and there's a weird kind of cadence to the way the other characters... well, not cadence, that's not the word. There's a weird dialect the characters talk in. It's all very wonderfully strange. That is it, fish woman. Oh god! Ow! The game could warn us if it's gonna flash white rapidly like that. They're games I always knew about Echo, but I didn't play them until I was like getting Mega Drive carts in like 2002 from Game Station and such. I totally get why people don't like them. They are annoying. Like, they are overly annoying in a lot of ways, but they're still really cool, interesting games. As I said, they're just ones that I don't recommend playing them without. Especially the first one. I think the second game is maybe a bit less cruel on this front, but... well, I'll tell you what, actually, we'll go save in our journal quickly. We're going to finish pretty soon. I don't know if I've got another level in me, and I want to go raid, God, I wince every time I have to say the sentence, raid Anus, but we will raid our good friend, the Twitch user person, Anus. I think maybe we'll get a little bit into the next level, and then, thank you. But yeah, it's been a good start to this. I've really enjoyed this. It's a very different change of pace to the other two games. It makes for a nice bit of variety. And it's definitely been very funny as well, with a few jokes that are maybe a bit unfortunate. Haven't aged very well. But yeah, I'm glad I finally get around to these in any case. So yeah, we'll play a little bit into this level and then we'll call it. And hopefully I can stream tomorrow evening as well. Not a complete guarantee on that, but I will try to. Actually, amusingly, this song sounds like it could be an echo, because it's kind of oddly haunting. I don't know, it might not be haunted enough for Echo the Dolphin. People always act with surprise as well when they're like, what, Echo the Dolphin is a frightening game, but... well, maybe frightening is not the word, but it's very harrowing at times. Alright, so yeah, I think we need to be Sasuke to blow that up. So I assume we have to, like, drain this water somehow. Oh, Ganbare! Oh dear. Oh dear. You thought this was Echo? So, like, seriously, look that up in Echo, the dash animation. It has the same kind of rhythm to it in terms of how you charge back, and then you have the kind of streak lines as you... I mean, I guess it's not that outrageous, like, it makes sense they'd be similar, being... sea, mammal, fish, people, or dolphin creatures? That should be how I word it. Hello, Matt. We're actually just about to finish, but we're gonna raid. Oh god, I keep having to say this. We're going to raid Anus, with permission. So you get to see some Sims, possible Sims violence. This will be quite funny. Yeah, for those who don't know, she does really funny Sims streams. Oh wait, that's the way out. That was very clever on my behalf. Don't worry, it's okay, Grant. Oh god, that was stupid on my behalf. Now it's back to not being flooded. We'll sort this bit out quickly, then we'll go pop over. I did say I'd probably raid about 10 o'clock. Ped isn't streaming, is he? No, it doesn't look like it. Fair enough. It was really fun, that multiplayer we did last night. Myself, him and Grum on Golf with Friends. I really enjoyed that. I think you did as well, Grum, didn't you? Despite the bevy of glitches you unfortunately kept running into. Again, I suppose it's still early access, isn't it? A bit frustrating, though. There we go. Oh, yeah, no, I did need to jump back up. It was this way. Here we go. There we go. Kaboom! Oh, the poor... I always feel bad seeing fish flop like that, like even if they're robot fish. Something very sad about it. Oh, well, this looks like... I keep thinking of Symphony of the Night with this game. This looks like a bit in... Castlevania on PS1, actually. Like an underground cavern section. If you put them side by side, they're probably not that similar, but... No, Grab, no, there is some, they do need to iron some stuff out with that game. Hopefully in time. They're probably quite a small team, I reckon. Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of game I don't mind too much, like... It can be frustrating, but it's also like, well, if I time out on a hole in golf with your friends, it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, that's right, Cumber! I mean, I'll say in that case, those sharks kind of, they can really ruin your day though, can't they, if, because they just one-shot kill you, don't they, in the Resident Evil remake? So in a way I didn't feel too bad, but in a way I kind of did. I mean, I was still nervous, like, walking around them, really. Even while they were sort of beached and, a bit, helpless. Oh, you may be about to fall asleep, Matt. Fair news. I always forget how deeply he's breathing at the end of that. These characters all have the best fall animations. Oh. Hiya, Belly. How you doing, man? Yeah, one constant of all of these games is that enemies respawn. It's a bit of the Mega Man thing. They just respawn if you go like an inch. If they just go like barely an inch out of the screen. Or like the spot they were in, I mean, goes off screen, then you go back, and then they're respawned. Crap. Yeah, this really has a Zelda-like structure to it. As I say, these levels really do function like dungeons. These side-scrolling stages. What we got? If it's only the... let's see if we can get this done quickly, maybe by 20 past 10, give or take. See how quickly we can beat this Echo the Dolphin business. Actually, funny enough, I think there's a Little Mermaid game on Mega Drive that controls like Echo the Dolphin, so that'd probably be a more accurate comparison to this. Oh no! Oh, was he? I didn't see that. There was surprisingly not that much of you whispering yesterday, actually, Graham. Less kind of I was gonna say death threats sound in whisper. I don't think they're typically death threat. They're just more sort of jokingly intimidated, aren't they? Your fun little whispers. Good laugh. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the kind of game where you like, there's not much of an economy to it. Like, I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about running out of money on this too much. Oh gosh. Nope. Sure. Yeah, that enemy there, they are basically, it's the sparky enemy from Mario World. And also just those, I think they've got like a skull in the middle with a similar kind of flame circle around them. In Link to the Past. Very much what those feel like. Sorry, fella. Yeah, good, thank you, Valiant. To say, we won't be on for too much longer. Might be until the end of this level, depends on how long it takes us. Or fit in. Oh yeah, that's right, the Metro. Oh, actually, yeah, certainly what. Yeah, I could see that. Oh damn it, I might have mucked up here because there's a. No, we need the water back to get that. So I'll take a. I'm gonna take a because I'm playing this like for a Steam kind of. How did I get? Oh, there we are. Yeah, so I'll take a Steam screenshot of that. No, I won't, because it won't actually work. Is it not? I thought I did load this through Steam. Hmm. Well, I'll try to remember that's there in any case. There we go. Yeah, I'll just go back and get those. For those who don't know, that's basically the, those are basically the, Zelda-style heart pieces in this. Tell you about it. I've seen it on Saturday, actually. With the Nintendo South Wales lot, so sadly not on Valentine's Day. As is prophesized, clearly. But yes, I am seeing it in 2 days' time, so I'll have impressions on it. We had someone in here earlier, Reggie Geiger, who had seen it. And seemed quite positive on it overall, though he did say it was a bit cliche at times. Oh. If you need to breathe, you need to breathe. Sure. Yeah, at least so far we haven't died in any of the platforming stages yet, so they've not been too bad so far. I don't know if we're going to end up eating those words. Let's see how tricky these get. So say, so far this is easily the easiest. That might be a better way to phrase that. This is definitely the easiest out of the 3 games so far. Cool. What's up? Is it 70% now? It was 69% earlier, which you can imagine incurred quite a lot of jokes. Perhaps to not too much surprise. This reminds me of Metroid 2, actually, with like a lower end or raise it. I mean, it's like it's an acid level in that game because you can't go in it without getting hurt. But like, just I mean, obviously, Water Temple might be the comparison that makes a bit more sense from Ocarina of Time, but yeah, it feels very Zelda-y, this game. I take that. There's like these levels, they're less like action stages and more kind of trying to sort of navigate environmental puzzles and activate one thing so another thing elsewhere will work, and so on. Sure. God. But yeah, like, money hasn't been a concern at all in this, which it was quite a bit in the other games. I'm not always keen on games where money just feels like superfluous at a certain point. But it can obviously go the other way quite a bit. Oh dear. I was thinking of Metroid, we got an escape sequence. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, this is cool, isn't it? Ooh. I mean, if it's just the water riser, that's not the... It's not the absolute worst thing. Oh, we'll have to go back this way, won't we? Ooh. Yeah, they've been... I say they've been... Wait, what was the boss on the second level? How have I really forgotten that? There was definitely a boss earlier, then there was kind of a set piece after that, which is quite cool. Where we were sort of being chased by something in the background. And I had to like pick which of the three characters while they were in these like weird little walker type vehicles. Who to jump at the right time. There's a... You can imagine, given the nature of these games, there's been all sorts of bizarre hijinks going on. Oh yeah, you might notice the phrase on the ninja kites. Bit of a curious choice. Oh, this girl's for definitely this girl for life if we can slash him about as they're antagonising us. But yeah, this is cool, isn't it? Cool. Well, I say it's like a Metroid escape sequence, but I don't think we're really timed. Or just certain parts of the sequence, you get that kind of pressure on, and oh, is it this way that the oh no. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, actually, this feels like we're escaping at the end of Metroid 1 with, like, disparate platforms kind of bandied about in that kind of setup. I honestly can't remember. Was there a boss at the... I don't think there was at the end of the second. Yeah, there wasn't really one at the end of that either. I don't know. Why are you so miffed? Oh, I have horrible news. The town's been attacked by 2 mysterious strangers. Oh gosh. Yeah, we'll save our... Oh wow. Oh god, you're all panicked about it, are you? Oh no. Okay. We'll go and quickly see what that is, and then... Oh dear, guys, I'm a bit worried. I think my headset is starting to, You know when earphones end up only playing sound in one ear? Or like if you have to adjust the wire, it's doing that a little bit. I think it is, anyway. Let's have a look. What prompted you to say that in big capital letters, though, less Matt? Well, I missed something. Ah. Oh god. That music's horrifying, isn't it? Oh, I think all the townspeople are like hiding on the mountain. You alright, miss? As bad as things are, it still feels great to stand at the top of a mountain. That was wonderfully glass half on, that. Oh god, it's not just like, is it all just like obliterated, the town? It's just to the right of where we are now, so kind of expecting the worst for that. Oh no! Oh! I'm sorry, Mez. Use my teleportation skill. Oh, she forgot ninja magic. Definitely gonna be like a robot fight next. No, I meant what you said before the F, Matt. No, thank you for paying respects to my head. I'll keep an eye on it, or the ear out for it, I guess. Oh, someone really ugly is making a mess of it. Oh, is it that, the nun, Ebi Sumaru we saw in the future? Oh gosh. I predict hijinks from here on out. Oh god. Yep, there she is. What the hell is that above her? Tidy. Oh god. Yeah, they completely destroyed the town. Oh, we got a boss battle right here, actually. Cool. Why is the boss music so weird in this game? Oh gosh. It's a weird tone to go with in light of a town being destroyed. I mean, seemingly with no casualties granted, but still. Oh. What a useless piece of junk. I had the googly banjo style eyes. Oh dear. Poor Mitsu, she's just there to be kidnapped, basically. I guess every series around this time had a Princess Peach, didn't they? This is really great to me now. We finally got the all of the GAN in now. It took us 3 games, like we got one more character of each one. Some attempts at comedy more successful than others. Oh, Princess Grum. No, we're probably quite early in Grum still. Hey. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is so Power Rangers, isn't it? Oh, that's legit, man. So we had these sequences in the second game with the big, kind of curiously designed big mecha friends we have. I had a feeling that Goemon impact with... Oh wait, he's a time machine! Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Be on the right journey to... Oh god. Hello. I don't know why that's so funny to me. You can just sort of move the cursor so his head is just facing the camera, which is where it should always be. Look at that. Look at that purely joyful smile. Wow, so this plays quite a bit differently to how this did in the last game. Good night, pasties. Thanks so much. Glad you enjoyed Bioshock 2, man. All the best. Good night. God, this is good catharsis. Ooh, do we have a... Oh, we can jump. That's quite fun. I don't really know how we avoid attacks, though. Yeah, there's quite a bit. Oh, I guess we just kind of punch them. God, the scale of this is pretty fun, isn't it? It's, we're taking quite a lot of hits. Oh gosh. You have to try this, guys. This is really fun, God. Well, if you do try it, hopefully you do better than I'm doing. Oh, of course, we've got the projectiles. I use up money, but still. Ooh. I hope that's a good result. Probably not. Ah, you got the platinum! Well done, Pasties. Good man. Bonjour. I see you caught up with me. I can't let myself go falling for you. Oh gosh. These were really tough in the last game. We'll see how this goes. Look at their faces. Have you never been presented a rose by a robot of that size? This toot sounds familiar as well. This might be in the 64 game. Maybe. Ooh. I love their faces when you get hit. I have to apologise to Raiders. I'm raiding her much later than planned. Ah! Oh, this music sounds really... It sounds quite Star Foxy, actually. Ooh. Oh god, oh god. Ah! Stop. Yeah, I know the right jab, the right run is more of like a really strong... Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, these are cool, aren't they? They're quite, I mean, it's all about attacking. Like, we don't really move at all. We can block, which I don't tend to do too much, to be honest. I probably should do it more. Yeah, this is definitely a bit easier than these were in the last game. Ooh. But like the last game, I can never time those when they just outright fly towards you. Oh, apart from that time about it. It's so cool though, isn't it? Don't you smooch. None of that. Oh wow, yeah, this is quite a bit. Actually, yeah, we've got this, we can power up our projectiles shot. That seems to do quite a bit of damage, actually. Oh wow, yeah, that is so much easier than the last game. There we go. God, look how good the visuals are on this. Like, those foreground graphics there, they're so detailed, aren't they? And colourful and all that fun stuff. Oh, you've got 57 platinums, Cumber. Nice. Yeah, Paxi says well on his trophies. I only fall for powerful men. Aww. That's a big mood, this. So surprised I fell into your... The skill here omits... Oh gosh. God, the villains in these games, they always go for the odd ones, don't they? Yeah, he's having none of those. We just got time warped. Yeah, I didn't know this had a time warp element to it. So it's like it's the chrono trigger of this series, I guess. Like, it almost even kind of looks like the wavy effect in Chrono Trigger. when you time warp? Yeah, the 4 of them have Yu-Gi-Oh cards, don't they? I was very excited to find that out the other day. Oh yeah, we're in the future now. Oh no! Like those big sandals on the robot. Oh wow, this is a cool tune, isn't it? Oh, that's cool. There we go then, I think we've made a nice dent in this tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh god, the Yakuza games would be nuts to platinum, wouldn't they? I would like to do every side quest on Yakuza 0 eventually. That'd be on the Steam version, so no platinums there, just an achievement number being filled. But yeah, well done past these, and thanks so much again. Good night. God, he does go quick on those, doesn't he? The platinums. Oh, sorry, don't mind the sounds of stutter as I move things around on my computer. Right, let's finally go and do our raid that we were meant to do 35 minutes ago. I have to be very apologetic on that. Do we have a raid message? Anyone have an idea for a raid message? Do throw out ideas. I'm trying to think of what to do with this game. I don't know where to start, really. There's a lot of things we've absorbed in the past 2 hours. Jazz and Brit. Ooh, Fuzzy Ninjas works. You can go for Compass one as well. Gosh. I like Fuzzy Ninjas, we'll go with that. Oh, I tell you what, Fuzzy, well, I was going to try and get a Sims pun in there. Whatever, just say good things, but, yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. Fuzzy Ninja. Oh god, you brilliant. Actually, yeah, she'll find that funny, we'll go with that. Alright, gosh. What are we like? Thanks so much, everyone. All the best. Good night.